Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to listen to Alice in Wonderland, but in easy English. This story is written in a simple way, so English learners can enjoy the story and improve their listening at the same time. While you listen, try to understand the main idea, learn new words, imagine the story in your mind. Don't worry if you don't understand every word. Just relax and enjoy the story. Now, let's begin. Alice in Wonderland, Chapter 1. Down the Rabbit Hole. Alice was sitting next to her sister by the river. She was very bored. Her sister was reading a book, but Alice looked inside and saw there were no pictures and no conversations. What is the use of a book, Alice thought, without pictures or conversations? It was a hot day. Alice felt sleepy and slow. She thought about making a flower necklace from daisies, but she felt too lazy to get up. Suddenly, a white rabbit with pink eyes ran past her. This was a little strange, but not very surprising at first. Then the rabbit said, oh dear, I will be late." Alice did not think this was strange at that moment, but then the rabbit took a watch out of its pocket and looked at the time. Now Alice jumped up. She had never seen a rabbit with a pocket or a watch before. She felt very curious and ran after the rabbit across the field. The rabbit went down a big rabbit hole under a bush, and Alice followed it without thinking. Falling down. Alice suddenly found herself falling down a deep hole. The hole was like a tunnel at first, but then it went straight down. She fell and fell, but very slowly. She had time to look around. She looked at the walls of the hole and saw cupboards, bookshelves, maps, pictures. She even picked up a jar that said orange marmalade, but it was empty. She did not want to drop the jar and hurt someone below, so she put it on a shelf as she fell past. Well, Alice thought, after this fall, falling downstairs will be easy. She kept falling. I wonder how far I have fallen, she said. Maybe I am near the center of the earth. She tried to remember things from school. She talked about miles and the earth, even though nobody was there to listen. Then she wondered, what if I fall right through the earth and come out in another country? Maybe people walk upside down there. She tried to be polite and imagined asking someone, excuse me, is this Australia or New Zealand? She even tried to bow while falling, which is very funny. Thinking about Dinah. There was nothing else to do, so Alice started talking about her cat, Dinah. Dinah will miss me tonight. I hope they remember to give her milk. She wondered, do cats eat bats? Do bats eat cats? She started to feel sleepy while falling and repeated the question again and again in a dreamy voice. Soon she began to dream that she was walking with Dinah and asking her about bats. Then, suddenly, thump! She landed on a pile of sticks and dry leaves. The fall was over. The long hall. Alice was not hurt at all. She stood up quickly. It was dark above her, but in front of her she saw a long passage. The white rabbit was still running ahead. She ran after it and heard it say, oh, my ears and whiskers, I am so late. Alice turned the corner, but the rabbit disappeared. Now she was in a long hall with many lamps hanging from the ceiling. There were doors all around, but they were all locked. Alice tried every door, but she could not open any of them. She felt sad and wondered how she would get out. The little golden key. Suddenly, she saw a small glass table with 3 legs. On it, there was a tiny golden key. She thought the key might open one of the doors, but the locks were too big or the key was too small. It did not work. Then she noticed a curtain she had not seen before. Behind it was a very small door. She tried the golden key, and it worked. The door opened into a tiny passage. Alice knelt down and looked inside. She saw the most beautiful garden with bright flowers and cool fountains. She wanted to go in, but the door was too small. She could not even fit her head through. "Oh dear," she said. "Even if my head fits, my shoulders won't. I wish I could become small, like a telescope. Drink me." Alice went back to the table. This time she saw a small bottle with a label that said, "Drink me." Alice was careful. She first checked if it said poison. It did not, so she tasted it. It was very delicious. It tasted like many foods mixed together. She drank it all. Suddenly, she said, "What a strange feeling. I'm getting smaller." And she was right. Soon she was only 10 inches tall. She was happy because now she could go through the small door. But first, she waited to make sure she would not disappear completely. After a while, nothing else happened. She walked to the door, but then she remembered. She had left the golden key on the table. Now she was too small to reach it. She tried to climb the table leg, but it was too slippery. She became tired and started to cry. Then she spoke to herself. "Stop crying, that will not help." Alice often gave herself good advice, but she did not always follow it. "Eat me." Under the table, Alice saw a small glass box with inside a tiny cake with the words, "Eat me." "Well," Alice said, "if I grow bigger, I can reach the key. If I grow smaller, I can go under the door. So I will eat it." She took a small bite and waited. Nothing happened. This was strange because Alice was now used to strange things happening all the time. So she ate the rest of the cake. And that was Chapter 1 of Alice in Wonderland in Easy English. If you enjoyed this story and want to improve your English with more listening practice, like the video. Write a comment. Was this level easy or difficult for you? Subscribe to the channel for more easy English stories. In the next video, we will continue Alice's adventure in Wonderland. Thanks for listening, and see you in the next story.